Oscar, give me your best impression
That's
of a
so
Scooby-Doo
cruel.
laugh.
That's so cruel.
No,
Why
you
would
can
you
do it. Oh, that's not it at all.
See, I thought
That's not it at all.
No,
Not even
you set me up to
close.
fail. This is fucking unfair. I thought I could be, I can't do it, and then just magically do it without doing any preparation. And now you made me feel like a fool. You made me look like a fucking
you sound
idiot.
Foolish. If you edit the podcast, you might as well just edit in the one for the movie
I will.
and make it yourself.
I'll feel bashful now. Like, oh, did I even nail that?
I can react if you want.
I didn't do very well, did I?
Wow. Wow, I can't believe that you just did that. Wow.
My name's Oscar.
My name's Carl. This is Who Would Watch This?
Welcome to Who Would Watch This, the podcast where we watch a film and chat about the film, and then try and figure out who would watch this.
Today we are talking about Scooby-Doo, which currently has a 5.3 on IMDb, a 3.2 on Letterboxd, and a 32% on Rotten Tomatoes. Oscar, what's the plot?
After a mutual breakup, the Mystery Inc. gang are individually brought to an island resort to investigate strange goings on. Huge for the gang.
Scooby-Doo. Oscar, Scooby-Doo, and again we're doing it in the dark because you haven't fixed the electricity in here.
This is becoming a running bit now.
We've had to do it at night again, so it's fucking dim.
Listen, it's fine. I do think it's great that we have to do this podcast every week because if you weren't here mocking me, the light would never get fixed. That lamp, I almost went to Kmart and bought a second lamp. So then because I've been ferrying the lamp to my bedroom side and then here. And I was this close to being like, listen, I'm just not going to contact the landlord and live with this swaller.
You've got an iron sitting on the desk over there. Why don't we just plug that in and sit in the glow of that?
Oh, it would be... It's very winter-esque, isn't it? Very Christmas, huh? The triangle iron, like a Christmas tree, glowing red hot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the only way to record a podcast.
I'm excited to get to the point where it's just candles everywhere. Just fucking romantic and scented candles everywhere.
I brought a candle here last time, and you were like, we're not doing this episode. You blew it out and then left me. It was ridiculous.
It's exactly what happened. I can't even lie about it. Am I a candle hater? Maybe. I wouldn't have enjoyed living in the 1800s. I would have been like, where's Edison? Get him.
Carl, do we just jump straight into Scooby-Doo? And do we also reveal who would watch this? Because I think we're a bit biased.
Oh, it's us.
It's a banger. It's
Scooby-Doo is a huge part of everybody I've ever met's life.
Yeah,
this movie is just a godsend from the heavens.
This is how I think everyone our age got introduced to Scooby-Doo, and what an introduction. Wow. What a cast. What a performance. Wow.
Only aged better over time. It's only gotten better. I saw this in cinemas when I was a kid.
Huge. I think nostalgia, I feel like we're cloud about nostalgia. However, I think it got so hated on by adults of the 2002s. And I think we've reclaimed it now. It's like Can the Hat. It's like, this has some merit.
I remember asking my mum a few years ago, because we were discussing me going to the movies as a kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, how was Scooby-Doo? And she was like, bad. But I used to watch it so religiously. Mum was like, but it's good now?
Gosh,
so
she's
it's gelled with her the more that I watched it. At one stage, I broke the DVD that I had of this. I was watching it so often.
Fucked up.
It's such a high quality film.
Yeah.
We discussed not even watching the movie again because I could tell it to you beat for beat.
I was
memory.
doing notes. I'm like, what's the point?
I was writing stuff before they even occurred. Just being like, I wrote the screenplay, but while it was happening, I was that quick. I was a minute before it all. I was a little James Gunn myself. Let's start off with one of the most iconic things about this movie.
Hit me.
Scooby-Doo taking a bite of the Warner Brothers logo.
Wow.
And giggling has had a hold on me.
Really?
For decades.
It's captured you.
I used to watch this movie so much, I think it's more weird for the bite to not occur.
Be intact.
Yeah,
you know?
like when
it's weird when Warner Brothers, the logo, hasn't got a big sandwich bite out of it.
Like, I think this should just be the opening for Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
I think this should be before Batman, Dark Knight.
I think it'd save the studio, honestly.
Yeah.
Imagine Dune.
Absolutely. Imagine all the Harry Potter movies with this before it.
It gets darker, but the bite gets larger.
It's just a full... I think it's genius, and I don't know who at the studio allowed it, but it has fucked me up my whole life, this bite.
What an impact that has had.
I'll
be honest, it looks cheap.
Hey.
It does.
Hey.
Because I was like, I don't remember it hasn't left that much of an impact on me. It seems like it's changed the trajectory of your life. but I thought it was just like a PNG, and they just cut out 3 circles, and yet you feel genuinely like a religious experience.
Oh, I eat a steak in the same way. I always bite from the left, big chomp, and then I giggle, and then it fades away to a title right on the plate.
Should we get into a band of characters?
Okay, well let's just discuss how amazing the casting is, right? Freddie Prinze Jr. as Fred, impeccable.
Yeah,
I don't think you could assemble a better cast.
No, I feel like a reunion, you'd be like, well, we already nailed it. And half these characters have gone on to voice all the Scooby-Doos ever since.
It's a shame. I think they're that good in this. It's almost a shame we didn't get 5 of these so that we could just keep seeing them.
Pumping them out,
because they're just as good in, like, the sequel. Like, the sequel only confirms how good they are at this.
And it's such a fun, because they're taking some liberties with it, because they've kind of gone, it introduces, we get the sort of cliche characters, and then we get like a little time jump, and they've sort of modernized them a bit, but oh my god, they've nailed that as well.
Oh, I mean, clearly, like, the James Gunn, I think, has done like a lot of good stuff with this in terms of making them hyper-flawed.
So I don't understand. So James Gunn I looked up some stuff. He was writing it and then what happened? Did he get taken off it?
Well, I mean, he came back for the second one. I think it's just that I think it was meant to be R-rated.
Yes.
And that then once they started filming, they were like, the studio wants us down to PG.
Well, I read like what his original plan was.
Yeah.
It was dark, real dark, you know?
Really dark?
Yeah, really dark.
How dark?
It was like, you know, like it was fucked up, man. Well, like, I
think it was meant to be rain for a week.
Well, it was like snowy. Like, it wasn't Spooky Island. It was like a sad, like Swedish country, the countryside,
like the snowman.
Yeah, it was so snowman-esque. it was crazy. James Gunn was very much like the snowman, but what happens if Scooby-Doo was there?
Yeah.
You know, like it's like Velma, Fred, and everyone, they're solving a crime out there. You know, they're kind of like grizzled detectives.
Yeah.
There's still a CGI dog there.
Yeah. It's it wasn't meant to be like, I think True Detective is based on James Gunn's original
his original
Scooby-Doo
script. Well, it was so dark. Essentially, the mystery van, the mystery machine, they were investigating a missing child who had been stolen by like a vindictive killer. And it was brutal. This killer had been leaving little trail marks of like little blood dolls around the snowy Alps. It was very Nordic noir.
It's all the Alps.
Oh, it's all the Alps.
All the Alps.
And all the characters so evil, so evil.
Yeah.
Even the victim's mother, a drunk. The father.
Wait, did you get a hold of the screenplay?
I got the screenplay.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Because I was like, the depth you're going into.
Well, James Gunn wrote it all out. It's a shame it never got invented. But in fairness, he did take some weird liberties with it. You know.
Well, that's what attracted Fincher to the
exactly.
to the
but
film
James
originally.
Gunn was so adamant about keeping the CGI dog, and tonally, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, that's why Raja Gosnell came along instead of Fincher. I think it was Fincher that was really originally interested, and then Michael Haneke came along. He was circling.
Well, that's the thing. James Gunn had given the script, and they were like, "I love what you've done with this. Oh, it's such a desolate like land." And he was like, "That's right, but you have to keep the CGI dog. I can't stress this enough. The CGI dog must be in every scene." It's really weird though, tonally. Like the 4 mystery guys, they were like just like grizzled detectives in their 50s, always smoking, and like they'd be like investigating the murder, and Scooby would just be making a really long, big sandwich in the background, and tonally, I just think it was all over the place.
So I believe they kept all of Scooby's dialogue.
They did.
For this movie.
They did. Well, that's you know why originally? You know the plane scene when he's in a drag.
Yeah.
Originally, actually, the victim's father was cheating on Scooby in drag. But it was really harrowing. It's a choice that James Gunn was so distinctly, he had to keep that in.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen Barry Jenkins tackle that. I think he would have nailed that scene specifically. What Barry Jenkins does with sexuality.
That's the thing. When Scooby's in the dress, you really it is such a muddled masculinity. But what a lens, you know.
Yeah, I think when so many great directors circle it, like knowing Catherine Bigelow would have done it, in a heartbeat.
She was very, like, she loved the scene. She definitely wanted to set it more like in a war zone sort of vibes. Nordic war zone.
The issue I know that they ran into is she wanted Jeremy Renner to play everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Including Scooby. And James Gunn was very adamant it had to be a CGI
I
dog.
believe he said Jeremy could definitely do Velma.
Yeah.
But there was no way...
Well, how would he capture Fred? I mean, that's just a joke. I'm sorry, Jeremy Renner, but, like, he's a Daphne, maybe a Velma, but a Fred, fuck off, you know? And that's the meetings they had. I got the minutes, too.
If you have not seen Chasing a Dream, the Scooby-Doo story... everyone should watch it. I believe it's available on Roku right now.
Oh yeah, I can't stress. All of these failed pitches are on Roku.
They're all on Roku.
Yeah.
And the only reason they're on Roku is because they said that was the only service they could imagine Scooby pronouncing correctly.
Roku? Because they had to do the logo at the front when he bites it and he
Absolutely.
goes, Roku? I guess we'll start with the movie.
I don't know what the fuck that tangent was, but it's all true.
It's all true.
Don't look it up until you watch it.
Yeah, don't look up. Well, actually, don't look it up ever. But James Gunn on a podcast, we've all heard the one. He talks about it in length. I'll link you the script. Yeah. Anyway,
he was so annoyed Alfonso Cuarón simply didn't want to do his
Rome
vision.
is a ripoff of Scooby-Doo too, really. Let's just say
Absolutely. I believe Gravity's off of the unreleased third film.
Exactly.
Monsters in Space. And again, they stole the idea of George Clooney being in both.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
He would maybe play He may play Scrappy Doo's sister.
Oh my god, he would have been so good.
He would have been so good. It continues with the great casting.
All right. Look, all of the casting's fantastic.
Yes.
I don't think we need to go over it, but I think Matthew Lillard specifically as Shaggy is so well realized. I also think James Gunn, being hyper aware this time watching it of the adult influences, I was like, man, it's like crazy what they were able to also sneak through.
There's a few of those. There's a lot of just like, I don't know, pessimistic, maybe we should kill ourselves, kind of that vibe of some of the people.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they're like smoking weed, like kind of wink, wink, nudge,
I love
nudge.
also making them vegetarian. Like I think that's very like on brand for those characters. I don't know if that's actually from the comics or the TV show.
I don't think so.
But like, I mean, Fred makes a bunch of like self-pleasuring jokes.
Yeah.
Like,
he's like reading his own. There's so many little things. I feel like watching this and actually having to like write notes. Him reading his own autobiography on the plane. Yeah. Fantastic.
Oh, I don't think there is a better gag in the entire movie than my book Fred on Fred.
Fantastic.
Fred on Fred is such a good title for his book. It simply makes me happy. Every time I watch the movie, I was so excited for that. I wish it came back. It's like, once is not enough. I'll rewind it so at least it's twice in a viewing. But we get our big opening.
Yes.
They're at a very scary warehouse. The toy factory is called like Wow. It's the factory is simply just hammers and stamps.
Oh, but isn't it?
It's an intense production line.
It's hard because it's like, have they nailed this? Like, they've nailed a cartoon. If that makes sense, like the art department. Like, I do love they're all dressed so oddly, and everyone else is dressed so normally.
I know, it's so funny that it feels to me like it's never been brought up in terms of how they made it, but I think this gives me major Barbie vibes of the self-awareness of the concept of characters. Right? Like, they're all almost there. They've all almost been, like, Kenified to be, like, these...
one-dimensionals in, like, a three-dimensional world.
Yeah,
which
like
makes them, like, what are you guys doing?
Like, there's nobody as strange as them. Even though there's monsters and ghouls and Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah.
Nobody else is as heightened as the main five.
You say that, but then, like, everyone's in a 2000s funk, and suddenly it's like they're also characters. Let's just get through. Anyway, they do the classic. We get introduced to Fred, Velma, Daphne, Shaggy, and Scooby. They do their classic thing. Velma's a nerd. Fred's the boss. Daphne's the damsel.
I love that that Daphne's been caught for an hour and a half. What have they been just jumping around back and forth? I think also the costuming of the ghost is sick.
It's very fun.
I think it looks great.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't look. It feels weird. I feel like some of the crew behind the scenes had done like more fun stuff. No one had really done like anything else.
Yeah.
So it's weird that this like maybe it's not just nostalgia, but fuck it, I'll jump on the board. It's great.
It all looks awesome.
Yeah.
I'm also going to throw out there. I don't think a lot of the CGI of the movie holds up, but for some reason, I think Scooby-Doo looks really good.
That's what I was thinking because the alien sort of monsters. We'll get into them. Hideous.
Yeah, they're
Gross.
awful, disgusting to look at.
Yeah, but Scooby does look quite good.
They interact with him well. I don't know if a lot of it is. I think the four of them sell the idea that he's there.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. I think that's why they're genuine. Their best acting is them acting against a CGI dog.
Yeah.
'Cause they've got nothing.
Unless they simply had a dog there for, shadowing. I don't know.
They're just just a tennis ball. Can we just say, what the fuck does that tennis ball
Why
do?
are they using a tennis ball for eyeline?
I think they're just like, they're being smug, like, we could use anything else. Get a better prop.
Yeah. It's almost like the actors they just like were comparing themselves to be like, well, I can act against a fucking tennis ball.
Yeah, it's like a
Take
flex.
the head off that. Because you see some directors, it's like the modeling is what they'll act off of.
Yes.
So they know where the eyeline is and
Yeah.
the shape of the actual thing. And then other times it's just like...
It's a
like,
pro move. It's like, I'll a fucking bowling ball. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'll give a performance you've never seen before.
The poor person holding a rod with a heavy bowling ball at the end of it, just like struggling and swaying.
Get me a kilo of mercury. I want it dense.
It's like, didn't the guy from Roger Rabbit struggle?
Hopkins?
Yeah, Hopkins. His like eyes always bounced around because he never knew where to look.
Yeah.
It's crazy they never thought to just get a ball. Where was
he wanted an acting challenge? Don't give me anything.
Yeah.
Fuck the tennis ball. That's amateur hour.
Robert Zemeckis had never played tennis, never played a sport with a ball, so he simply didn't know they existed.
I mean, if you look at Robert Zemeckis, you go, "Oh, you've never, been on a tennis court." He's not looking like he's a movie man. He's not running. You know?
Yeah, he's
That's
us.
right. Fuck Robert Zemeckis. I
That's
guess.
where we're coming from, Robert Zemeckis.
It's they all break up.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so sudden.
They're done.
So understanding, though.
Yeah.
I love that it's used as a really heightened weakness that if you just, like, knock the glasses off Velma, she's just on the ground going,
It is, I think
Jinkies!
it is. Yeah.
It's so well done. Like, it's so... I love how heightened it is. Like, I think the sense of humor that the whole movie has is just very strong.
I think so, too.
Like,
yeah.
it's a shame we don't get... I would love James Gunn to cancel his Superman movie that he's making and just do whatever his vision was for Scooby-Doo.
I think a third one would be fantastic.
Everybody coming back. And I think if he was like happy to do it,
Yeah.
and if the studio stretched it to, they don't have to make it MA or R. If they stretched it to M,
Yeah.
just so they could do a tiny bit more,
Yeah.
I think that would be great.
That'd be good.
Yeah, I love that they've all got their own car.
Oh, to leave?
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell's the mystery van? Oh, sorry, Pamela Anderson.
Oh,
pops
what a
into-
cameo!
What a cameo. It's also great because I feel like they're teasing you because it's like, here's the gang presented as like the classic. And then Pamela Anderson walks out the mystery van. So it must be the film going, we got Pamela Anderson, we're throwing her in. But it's just a joke. Which is an age joke, but wow, what a joke, huh?
Yeah. So they break up. Do not worry. They break up at 6 minutes in. They are back together 9 minutes in.
The pacing. I feel like a lot of people watch this film. This film's 79 minutes. I couldn't believe how quick it moves.
And they haven't sacrificed anything.
Yeah.
It's simply lean and mean.
Yeah.
Don't pretend like it could be longer. It can't. It's the perfect length it needs to be. And there's simply no issue with it.
Yes.
They all get back together.
Yeah.
They're all hopping on a plane. Somebody's invited them to Spooky Island. It's everything that you need to know. I want to throw out a few things because again, I was like, I really need to get across how much this movie shaped me as a human being.
Yes.
This movie introduced me to Brick House by the Commodores, which I've been obsessed with my entire life.
Go on.
The other thing that it did is this movie specifically fucked up what I thought air travel would be like.
Oh, you thought a dog would be able to travel with
No,
you.
the sheer amount of movement and room and partying that happens on this plane had befuddled
You've never
me.
been to Springers, man.
Oh.
When you go to Springers, the plane goes off. And I'm saying that, no.
I'm more just like, Isla Fisher enters, and she hasn't even got a seat. And she's like, is this one free? Like,
We're mid-flight.
there's a bar up there. Everyone's just getting up and having one.
Also, 2002, Carl. I mean, air travel wasn't, loosey-goosey. So I don't know how she just was standing for most of the flight.
Yeah, absolutely. Nobody's been checked. Scooby has to move, and there's just another free seat towards the back. It's literally a fucking train to these people. But that's always thrown me. Because they could stand full upright. The gap down the middle is fucking giant. I remember being confused when I went onto a plane as a kid that there were 3 rows of seats and not just a giant middle and then like 2 either side.
We're on the plane. Isla Fisher rocks up.
If there's one thing I can't get on board with about this movie, it's her opening a bag of Scooby snacks and going, I know they're dog food, and then eating them anyway.
Yeah.
I can't get around eating dog food.
I think it's more of a tongue-in-cheek,
I know.
But saying that, though, you ever seen I've never had a dog, but you know those dog logs of meat at the supermarket? Imagine
It's disgusting.
just squeezing that into your mouth. I assume that's what I think a Scooby snack is.
I don't think that can be healthy for a dog.
No.
Just get them some meat. I don't know what the fuck goes into a log.
Can we eat a log? What's the rules?
I think we can fry it like Spam, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But could we eat dog food, technically?
I don't know. I mean,
there any
could we
rules
eat
against-
biscuits with milk?
I mean, yeah, sure, we could eat the dog biscuits. I don't know what, I feel like they're just they're harder for the teeth, right? That's the big thing.
Must be. I think that it's like the food needs to challenge them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're not being challenged by your food.
Yeah.
It beats the shit out of them, those dogs. Fucking goes to town on them. Just smacks them around.
Now, I hope somebody has the answer for me. But I don't know, within the canon of Scooby-Doo, how there is a branded snack called Scooby Snacks. Is it based off him, or are all dogs called Scooby?
I feel like vaguely I know that he was named after the Scooby Snacks. However, I'm not sure why they were in possession.
he's named after the Scooby Snacks.
Because I think Shaggy...
Right.
This is going back to when I was 5 years old, and I feel like there's a bunch of those old DVDs. I feel like Shaggy adopted Scooby, and he was already eating the dog food.
Yeah.
Which is weirder.
Oh, I think you're right.
Yeah.
And I think that's in that Scoob adaptation.
Yeah. I feel like maybe that's what I'm thinking
Yeah.
of. So I feel like
it's in the trailer, I think, for that.
Yeah, I feel like he's
Yeah.
eating the dog food, which is... And then he's like, I'll name it after... So why was he eating dog food to start? He's just a filthy little stoner. He just wants to consume anything.
He's 10 years old and high as shit. That's what I remember from that animated movie.
Meth pipe in mouth. He's like, I'll eat dog food. Fuck it. He's like, I'll name a dog after it.
He meets Scooby because he's doing coke off his tail. Here's
the thing about cocaine and dogs' tails.
Yeah.
It's a smooth surface and it's long. You can really get into it,
He goes, oh, that's good. Wait, what the fuck? Are you a dog?
You got fleas, man?
Can you fucking talk, man? Shit. Oh, dude, you gotta eat these. You got to eat these.
You named it. I'm gonna name you after them.
Oh, dude.
You got a cocktail?
Fred is gonna love you. Fred is gonna fucking love you.
Yeah, so Mary Jane's a mess. That's her name. I can't remember what we were talking about. Anyway, we get to Spooky Island.
God.
Rowan Atkinson is here for one scene.
Oh.
He goes, hey guys, this is my island. I'm here to figure out what's going on. I'll see you at the climax.
Oh, man, Rowan Atkinson's also killing it in whatever few little moments he has in the movie. I love Rowan Atkinson as an actor in general, but I love him in this, even though he's got 4 minutes of screen time. If there's also one other downfall with this movie, it is the fact that it has no mystery. I love the movie, but I always thought it was a missed opportunity to do live action Scooby-Doo and have an actual fucking mystery.
Gotcha.
Because I always enjoy the fact that in the middle of this movie they go here are our current suspects, and they're two dudes we met and Rowan Atkinson. And it's like, I guess that's
Even as a
it.
child, I'm like, that's the Mr. Bean man. Of course they've got him. He's probably what's his paycheck up? Me at 6.
It's also really funny too because they just go, everybody on the island's evil. Like, there's one innocent person.
Yeah.
Everyone's a villain.
Oh, yeah.
I love that there's a Mexican wrestler there.
Yes, let's talk about for the villains. So we've got pretty much he's like, hey, he invites them over to the Spooky Island because cool teens keep getting turned into like loser straighty 180s.
They say, what's wrong? Do you see what's wrong with those kids over there? And they're like, they all look like well-behaved sober teenagers.
Yeah.
And Rowan Atkinson's like, I hate it.
It's an odd choice, but hey, I love it.
The actual coloring, costuming, what everybody's wearing, this is what I want from a holiday.
Yeah. Carl, don't want to brag.
I knew you were going to fucking bring this up.
Why to bring it up? I mean, you want to bring it up?
Okay, Oscar, by happenstance, have you ever been here?
Oh, have I? Yeah, I have, Carl. Accidentally on a cruise. I was with my partner and your partner, and we were on a comedy.
Not me.
Not you.
Not me.
And I can't stress you how much of an L it was on you.
I know.
We had to get off the cruise ship, and we were pissed off. We were like, I don't want to do this. Oh, this sucks. We step on board. The second we step on the pier, you get off on this pier. We go, holy shit, are we on Spooky Island? Bitch, Morton Island and Queensland. I've been here. Do you know how boring it is, though? It's the most boring place in the world. But you can see how they could turn it into such a magical place. And it's so upsetting. But oh my god, what a tour.
5 years ago, when you told me you guys had been on this pier and two Spooky Island, it blew my mind this is shot in Australia. I was like,
right?
What? Did you have any idea before you guys
No
got
idea.
on that
No,
pier?
they didn't. It's crazy they don't advertise it. They were like, it's Morton Island, it's its own thing. It's like, no, it's not. It's Spooky Island. You guys, honestly, if it was some Scooby merch, would have bought it.
Think about how quick you would have hopped off that cruise if they were advertising it as where Scooby-Doo was shot.
Instantly. We had to get off because we had to, because ridiculous. I was still gambling at 3 a.m. It's like, let me. Why'd I get off this beautiful ship? But Morton Island, wowee. What a treasure, huh?
Oh, look, they're on the island. They're having a blast. They're working out some stuff. I also want to give a shout out to another joke that I love in the movie, which is Melvin Do.
Oh, and it pays off at the end.
It does. It pays off great at the end. It's a shame they don't bring Fred on Fred back, but they do Melvin Do, and that's what matters. I don't know why the monsters look so much considerably worse than Scooby.
I don't know. I feel like they've gone. It's not like they've. I guess maybe they've gone for more of a cartoon look for Scooby-Doo.
I think that's maybe why it works. Is
Yeah.
that he is. It almost feels like they're on two different levels of illustration,
Yes.
right?
Well, surely they've gone. Surely the budget's more for Scooby-Doo. I feel
Oh, well,
like that,
you'd want to make sure Scooby-Doo looks the best. Like
Yes.
they've made the right decision in going. If they've all got to look the same, or if we should navigate more money into Scooby-Doo
Yes.
and less money on the monsters.
Yeah.
They've made the right decision.
because the monsters look like sort of like salami stretch over like a skeleton.
God, you nailed it.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's exactly what they are.
Yeah.
But they've got like the ears. I don't know who came up with the monster design. It's one of
It's
the
ghoulish, but it feels like an ad that like for like Mortine, you know?
Oh, it's such a Mortine-esque ad.
Yeah.
It looked, which again, Australia.
Film in Queensland.
I know, we're great with this. They work out that they all need to go up to the top of the island to a ride.
Yes.
It's a spooky ride. It's a shut-down ride.
Yeah.
They all meet each other there by accident. I think this ride looks sick.
Carl, have you ever been to Movie World?
Yes, I have.
This ride.
This fucking
Fucking
ride.
slaps.
It's so
This
good.
episode's so Australian. If you've not been to Movie World
Yeah,
or Scooby-Doo
okay.
Island, they've got this great thing, and I'm getting most of my information for this episode off the line. They've got this. They've got like an hour-long loop of the cast doing like an interview, like a sit down, like what they thought of everything. They've got the iconic line of like Daphne's actress explaining how deep this world goes, and then the Fred actress, Freddie Prinze Jr. going, "It's a talking dog," and it cuts. And I distinctly remember that. Now it's popped up on TikTok.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Huge.
it's huge.
Either way, if you got a chance to go on this ride, it's the best ride. I rode it like 5 times when I went to Movie World,
fucking sick.
and I
They've
was an
nailed
adult
it.
when I went.
Is it the movie or this? Because they both nailed. They look so. I feel it must have been designed at the same time to be a ride and for the movie.
At one stage, that ride goes backwards, and it's sick.
Oh, it's
I
stunning.
love a backwards ride. Anyway, this ride's awesome. They all are in there. They're all working out their stuff. I want to give a shout out to the scene where the food comes to life.
Yes.
Because I think that looks great. And I assume it's animatronics.
The wall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was always really petrified of the turkeys opening up.
It's quite graphic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I've gotten away with essentially a turkey's asshole trying to grab them, which is a terrifying thing, really.
Once they're diving in deeper to the area, they're able to find these training videos.
Yes.
And I think the training videos are also a shining light.
Oh my god, aren't they just? Yeah. It's such a cool aesthetic. And they've gone, let me get the line. It's kind of like a parody of those, like, not self-help videos, what are they called? Like instructional DVDs you get played at work. And it's just like, hey, how to act cool at a party. No shiz, my dog. How we doing? Yeah, you good player. Shit. And it's like, just this wink to the camera. It's great. I really like it.
They not only look good, but I love like the set of behind the scenes. It's all very like, I don't know, like the 70s set aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like
very Brady's like bunch sort of.
Yeah, it's just really cool. And the best thing I love about those training videos is they nail the 2000s.
Yeah.
Yes, they're making fun of it, but that's how they fucking acted.
The spiked hair is crazy.
How was that ever in?
Oh, but it was in. You ever seen that in a skating video? It looks the sickest shit you've ever seen. We should also say the soundtrack's pretty much Fred Durst and
it's also the best soundtrack I've ever fucking heard.
When Sugar Ray comes on board.
Oh my god, Scoob! These training videos and behind the scenes are basically just what like from Justin to Kelly looked like. Remember that movie?
Oh my god,
it's just that they nailed it. I mean, also, why wouldn't they nail it? It's shot in the 2000s. I don't know why I was acting like this is a modern movie that alluded to the 2000s. It's just taking place there. I also think that at one stage, Shaggy and Scoob end up in like a farting and burp off.
Yeah.
And Matthew Lillard sells these farts so well.
I was gonna say, I don't love this scene. Like as an adult, looking very suave, watching Scooby-Doo going.
You've got a scotch in your hand.
Yeah, scotch in my hand, a cigar going. That's very mature.
I heard we didn't even watch this together, but on the other side of Sydney, I heard you tut. You went. Not for me,
but it does it well. It's just you feel like an idiot. It's just him in a room. Not farting and pretending to fart with a talking dog.
Oh, you don't
give him an Oscar?
You don't think he's farting?
I don't think he's farting.
Oh, I think he is.
You reckon?
Oh, for sure.
Surely not.
No, this is an in-camera. You can tell from the sound.
No fucking way.
This is all him.
This is great sound design.
No,
that's why
simply
I won the Oscar.
Not. Sound design. What's that? No, surely he's had a really, really.
You think he's had a gassy lunch?
I reckon he's had a burrito. He's left it in the sun for an hour. And then he's coming and gone, I care about craft. He's like...
Services.
Yeah. And he's like, where's Sarah Michelle Gellar? She's got to smell this the entire time.
You think... How many takes do you think he got to that? Like, how many times did he shit himself? He went, okay, need a bit of a pause, change the pants, let's get back to the
He's wearing brown
pants.
pants.
Oh, they were beige at the start.
They absolutely were. One of the things that I do love about this scene is this is, again... unchanged from the dark version.
Well, that's
by
the
James
thing.
Gunn.
James Gunn, and this is really crazy because in the third act, essentially, the mum is just hoping that the killer has killed her daughter because she's just like, I want to stop the agony. And while she's breaking down, tossing up whether it's better for her daughter to be dead or for her daughter to still be in the killer's hands, Scoob is ripping the loudest fart you've ever heard.
Which is, a dog doesn't have butt cheeks.
No.
So where's the sound coming from?
That's the thing, one of the grizzled detectives is just farting out the longest one in her mouth. And it's a scene that I think works.
Well, it's meant to tie, again, because the movie never got made. We simply do not know.
No, but we've got the script.
But we've got the script.
I have the storyboard.
Yeah, thank God they got to do it. We've got the storyboard. What's really pivotal about the scene is this is where it ties in the dual timelines together.
It's huge.
Because we've got the young versions of the detectives running in the 90s.
Yeah.
And then this one running in the 2000s.
Yes.
And they're tied together in this scene. And it's a very climactic moment it's a real, I see what they're getting at.
Yeah.
That's how you know that's the same murderer in both timelines.
It's huge.
And
It's
they're
such a
chasing the
reveal.
same person. Yeah.
And that damn CGI dog is just ripping the biggest fart during the timeline jump. It's powerful. It's powerful. And quite frankly, a better film than this.
It's absolutely. Like, it's an awards darling.
Yeah.
And, James Gunn had to dumb it down.
Yeah.
I respect
For
it.
modern audiences. That's the shame about that,
That the original one was Our Prisoners.
Yeah.
I reckon if
Denis Villeneuve
circling it for a
constantly,
long time.
Well, you'll see most of the shots on the storyboard. Pretty much a rival.
This was going to be his debut.
Denis Villeneuve's debut?
Yeah, it was.
Huge for
Yeah.
debut.
Shame. I think he pivoted to Incendies.
Anyway, we get introduced to the Demon Riders.
Oh, what an object!
I love the Demon Riders.
It's a sick
It's said
item.
it 17 times. It's the Demon Riders. Pretty much, I love this fucking pyramid room. No idea why they kept this little thing. I don't know what the
Crazy she could just take it and walk away.
Take
She's
it.
like, I'll take this.
They're like, aha, we set up a mousetrap. Don't worry. The four corners will corner you. She's out of there quickly because it's a very slow pyramid.
Yeah. Do we think they've shot more, or there's remnants of the original script that they've kept and had to remove? Because
I mean, you're probably right because it's crazy to build this set for just the Demon Riders.
Well, I think some of the weird stuff is they try to do stuff with Velma's random guy that's interested in her,
Yes.
but he never
I forget he's in this. I was like, when was he in this?
But it's like they clearly hired somebody to chat to her, and then I think this is where some of the patchwork comes in, because it's pretty wild they introduce Scrappy-Doo 40 minutes into the movie.
Hey. What?
Are
Are you saying that wasn't the original vision? Can I tell you right now, the murderer in James Gunn's original script, Scrappy-Doo, believe it or not, he's an abused child, and he's grown up to be a murderer.
a flat-out snowman-esque
Yes.
scenario.
Still a little CGI dog, though.
Remember in the snow when he has like raisins thrown at him?
Yes.
That, but Scrappy.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, like really, just imagine a tiny, frail child, but really scrappy.
That's Scrappy.
That's Scrappy-Doo. But I think that when they introduce him, because it's Velma just chatting to this guy,
Yeah.
and it's all voiceover, and then they cut back and she's drunk,
Yes.
but it's not like that matters, and I don't know why it's there. Do you get what I mean? It's like she gets given a cocktail,
Yeah.
and it's either she's drunk or she's been drugged, but it never pays off or matters in any way.
No, I guess it's only because you're totally right. It doesn't make any sense. I guess she's reminiscing, and that's why she reveal about Scrappy-Doo. But I don't really know. We learn about Scrappy-Doo and thoughts about kicking this dog to death.
It's crazy how much they hate the dog.
It's crazy how much they hate the dog. I mean, I said that was a lot. However, these five, our protagonists that we've grown to love in the last 40 minutes, leave a dog for death in the middle of the desert.
Fred accuses him of marking his territory on Daphne, which is a pretty sexual joke. But it's wild that they're like, Scooby, I don't know what the relationship is. It Scooby's cousin?
It's uncle. Come on, know your law. Moving on. Ugh.
What is it? Is it his uncle?
I think it's his uncle. I think so.
But either way, it's weird. I know
He doesn't give a shit about family. I mean, in fairness, dogs have like 13 brothers and sisters, so this is barely.
But how did
mentioned.
Scrappy make it into their lives? Because Scrappy's never brought up again in the second one, and they have a flashback when they're playing Frisbee with a young Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
So, because I can't understand if they adopted him, did he find them?
I don't know because I looked. So at the back of the scene, there's like a desert, and it's like 20 kilometers to like something mountain. I looked at that mountain, and it was like nuclear radiation tests went on down there. So I don't know what kind of tragic backstory that was.
I'd love a spin-off.
Yeah.
I'd love a spin-off.
What did he get up to,
I know. And I heard James Gunn wrote that one too.
Well, that's another thing. You see, that's more like a...
It's Paris, Texas.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. Wim Wenders was just like, fuck, yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah, it's exactly that. The ending, Scrappy-Doo talking into a phone about things that have befuddled him. It's fucking powerful.
It's a monologue for the ages. We can't repeat it because of copywriting, but my god, we've got the script, the storyboard, and the actors here.
Yeah.
So they'll just reenact it for us.
You've got to genuinely, you have to imagine Harry Dean Stanton, but Scrappy, talking into that phone.
He's got that little hat on.
He's got that hat on.
And my god, it just brings it. It is cinema.
It brings a tear to your eye.
Yeah.
And again, was never made.
No,
so
never.
we can only hypothesize.
Yeah, but again, I do have the script, the storyboard, I've got the cinematographer, the actors, and we're in
We've
Nirvana.
we've got the dailies.
We've got the dailies. Quite frankly, we're editing it
They
right now.
simply didn't stitch it together. And even that's a lie, because it's pretty much done.
Yeah. We've got the DVD in the box already.
It's like they must have made it, but just shipped it to us. But again, we simply can't confirm.
Anyway, yeah, so Scrappy Doo...
I don't know what the fuck he's doing in this movie.
He's brought in, he's left for dead, which
Yeah.
is, I guess the film's kind of gone, well, which one is it? Is it Scrappy Doo or Rowan Atkinson?
It's crazy when she's telling the story.
Yeah.
It ends on him being like, I'm as cute as a Powerpuff Girl. And it cuts back and like, this stranger's laughing at being like, to him,
What was
it's
she
this woman
saying?
being like,
We left a dog.
We left a
That's
dog
my
on the
fucked
side
up
of the
story.
road.
In the hot desert, and we never saw him again. What
Yeah,
animal
he
abuse?
might as well be dead. A hawk might have gotten him. He's that tiny. He might have never gotten out of there alive.
This dude is he's like, I just want to fuck. I'm not going to pretend I heard you leave your dog for dead.
Oh.
Fuck it.
He's clearly so keen to get laid that he's just like, and you're telling me he pissed all over Daphne? Oh.
Who the hell's Daphne? I don't need to know. Shut up, Velma.
I don't need to know context. Just sweater's great.
So the monsters attack the tiki bar. They take Fred and they take Velma.
Yeah.
Now it's up to Shaggy, Scooby, and Daphne.
What an odd bunch.
It is an odd bunch.
I do think it's a fun parent to take away the leader and the brains.
Yes.
Like, it is a good challenge.
I feel like we touched on it because they were like, they've sort of started off like their classic characters, but Daphne's big thing is now she knows like karate.
Yeah.
We're not shown it until like the end. But it's great. I don't think Shaggy and Scooby have evolved, but who needs?
They don't need to.
They're perfect.
They're nailing it.
Their arc is to nail it.
Their arc is to be friends forever. And that's what matters.
And they're goddamn nailing it.
They're freaking nailing it.
Yeah, so monsters attack, these salami monsters. It's a bit of fun.
Yeah.
It's a bit of action.
Yeah.
They ride skateboards and stuff around.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah.
The real fun comes into this concept that their souls have been taken out of their bodies.
Yes.
Like their ecoplasma and put into a big cauldron.
Yes.
Like, I do love the gag when all of the souls are floating around that he picks up somebody else. It's like, oh my god, thank you so much. It's like, I'm sorry.
That's terrific. I love that so much. But yeah, pretty much Shaggy saves Fred, takes his little head out.
Pops it away.
I don't mind the CGI heads. I feel like 2002, these heads
No, they look really floaty and odd. Like, I think that's
cartoony.
good. Like, they
very-
look...
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're meant to look a bit
Shit.
yeah, but they look good. He saves Fred and Velma. They're floating about.
And Daphne's in there.
Yeah,
Daphne
she
gets
is.
taken
Yes,
as well.
they all get taken.
Daphne gets taken as well.
Yeah.
All their heads are in
They're all
there.
getting taken. It's
She's
just
like,
Shaggy.
I want to be independent. She's like, put me back in and I'll swim to the side. Which leads to them all swapping bodies.
Yes.
But which I think, again, proves how good they all are at acting.
It's so much fun.
It's so fun.
Like, Fred acting as his pretty much wife.
I know. I love that they're married and
Yeah.
still together.
They are.
People were like, oh, it's Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith.
Who was saying that?
I don't know. People
Who was screaming in your ear, Jada and Will? You're
You
like,
were.
No, it's Freddie.
Up until the slap, and then I was
I
like-
had that sweater. I
Yeah.
couldn't get it off.
were they married before the film?
I think so.
They
yes.
meet on I Know What You Did Last Summer?
I think so, yeah. Because
Yeah.
she convinced him to do this film.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy that she
Yeah.
had to convince him. As
Yeah.
if it wasn't a hard yes from
Yeah,
him.
he was like looked in the mirror. He saw his little tie. He's like, okay, shit.
I would assume this movie's so successful, they're living pretty off royalties from these two movies.
I don't know. I feel like Matthew Lillard, I know, does a lot of the voice work for
Shaggy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether It's 2 films from 20 years ago. Surely they're not living it up.
I think
Surely
it's...
Buffy's doing a lot of the heavy lifting.
No, I've never heard of such a thing.
Oh, you gotta check it out. It's pretty much James Gunn wrote it. It's a new... No, I won't go the bit. Anyway, they do the body swapping thing. Again, everyone has a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I think they do a really good job at selling it.
Yeah.
It's also where they get in like a lot of their raunchy jokes. Just like, and I actually think Sarah Michelle Gellar is the best at it.
Yeah.
Like, I think her version of Fred and her version of like Shaggy, really, really strong.
It's really fun.
I love it. It almost feels like the plot revolves around having this scene happen because there's no reason for the souls to be taken out because it's pretty convoluted because
it's a tight film, so you really should be beat for beat. They're like, should we just... I'm convinced first day they're like, I can do a great Fred, I can do a great Shaggy.
Yeah.
They're like, let's just fucking swap it around, huh?
Because it's pretty convoluted that the plan is they get taken away.
Yeah.
Somehow their souls extracted and put into a cauldron.
Yeah.
And a monster is put in them so that they can be inside them during daylight, so they don't blow up.
Yeah.
But if the soul can get back to the body, the demon will like come out of it and blow up.
Yeah.
But the souls are going to enter through the Daemon Riders and inflate people's size.
They're going to power them for the soul. The Daemon Riders I think the Daemon Riders is just used for... I guess it's very lucky that an empty soul vessel can help aliens, and then those souls can also be used to power yourself. It's very lucky.
Are they aliens? They must be, because
I
if they
don't know where Scrappy found these guys.
Yeah,
it doesn't really touch on how these guys.
It feels but I mean, it's like he's clearly in front of a sign when he's kicked out that points towards. Like, do you reckon it's like a Area 51?
I looked it up. It was like a radiation, but it didn't seem like a very famous.
Right.
Like,
so who knows?
Yeah.
But either way, it's convoluted for him to go from there to Spooky Island and go Spooky Island's where the master plan should come together.
We'll spoil it, but Rowan Atkinson gets what's it called?
Killed.
No, what's his name? Fourth Harry Potter.
David Tennant.
No, Mad-Eye Moodied.
Oh, he gets moodied.
He does get moodied.
But then in that movie, it was Barty Crouch Jr.
But like Rowan Atkinson's like 2 years ago, I was like at the toilet and some guy just grabbed me. So which is a weird backstory for that.
I assume they let Rowan improv that. They were like, wouldn't somebody ask how this happened?
I like that they gave him like, so we've got some aliens and he got dropped in the desert. Rowan, what do you think happened? He's like, well, okay, well he just snatched me on the toilet. Like, good enough.
They're like, that's great.
Perfect.
Roll with that. Shall we get to the end?
Yes.
So I think so it turns out it's Scrappy Doo that is inside Rowan Atkinson's body.
This is huge.
What a reveal.
Yeah.
I remember it blew my mind as a child.
It did mine too.
Yeah.
Rewatching it, pretty lazy, but hey.
It's definitely lazy.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's unfortunately, it's sort of like The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Where once it's ruined for you, you're never going to get that feeling again.
No. I mean, I think you've really nailed it, really. And I think this director's name was?
This director's name was Raja Gosnell.
Had a similar career to M. Night Shyamalan. So really, I mean, who's to tell?
It's true. I would say this is his Sixth Sense, and Smurfs 2 is his Signs.
Oh, well... I mean, Joaquin as Papa really did nail that,
Oh,
didn't he?
Absolutely. I would also say Home Alone 3 is his Old, and Big Mama's House 1 is his Split.
I mean, James McAvoy in both of those films really just...
This is a very successful director.
Yeah.
Like, a constantly working hit family film director.
That's the thing. Those, like, they're... like a bit shit films, and maybe we're just blinded by nostalgia, but those are all in the zeitgeist. Those are all things
they're all hits, they all made money, they're all competently made, good coverage.
Yeah.
Like, if you
Good
look,
coverage.
it's I think
what a spit in the face
no,
of a director.
but it's like
You're right. You're
a
right.
Studio,
You're right.
People
You're right.
Want, but
Yes.
I will also say on top of it, if you look at the Scooby Doo's, Smurfs, Beverly Hills Chihuahua, clearly the director works well with like a CGI, like
Yeah.
knowing how to get either people to interact
Well,
with a CGI.
he found that tennis ball and he kind of just went with it.
He fucking loves that. No, he's a bowling ball man.
Makes his crew work.
Yeah,
you know?
he makes his crew freaking
They earn
work.
they
for
earn
it.
their money.
They sure do.
Here's the thing: when you have a dog, most people don't know the dog's weight over their face is normally like a bowling ball. Yeah, tennis balls all over the place. You get a mess of a film.
It's true. If you've never picked up a dog, they're roughly the size of a tennis ball in weight. And in size, they're usually fairly round.
Yeah.
Dogs are quite bouncy. Like a bowling ball.
Anyway, the big ending is that Scooby-Doo's going to get sacrificed. They kind of save him with like various lights and whatnot. They do zipline stuff. They save him.
They have a long time to get ready.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
And the plan fails seconds in.
So quickly. I do love that there's a part of me that's I enjoy of this one henchman that rocks up early. And I'm like, I wonder how it feels to be the first to like a cult ceremony.
Bit awkward, I imagine.
He seemed awkward.
He kind of steps in and goes, ooh, first one here. Because then you just know. And all they talk about in the cult is the leader. And it's just boring, you know? You've come to the meeting for the leader. Let's just have a moment to not talk about the leader.
Cult leaders have it so good.
Well, they get to talk about themselves.
Yeah, if I wasn't the host on a ever so slightly occasionally successful podcast, I reckon I would want to be a cult leader.
Huge.
And it would
Oh, this is holding you back, is it?
Sorry?
This is
Yeah.
holding you back.
Oh, for sure. I'm hoping to just transfer our followers over.
Oh, I hope so.
Follow us on Spotify, wherever you get your Apple Podcasts, and also, I don't know, maybe at a bonfire in the forest?
We found this gorgeous little cave, and I gotta tell you guys, you gotta flock over to there. It's stunning.
I'm going to throw it out there right now, guys. Meet me in Sweden. I'll put one of you in a bear costume. It'll be fucking sick. We'll burn down some of your friends and I'll cover you in flowers. It's going to be great.
It's gonna be beautiful.
You'll love it. We'll do it in the middle of summer.
Mine's a bit more Scientology. I'm just gonna steal your money.
Yours is bad.
Oh, okay. Jeez Louise.
Florence Pugh grew in mine. You took Tom Cruise away from everyone.
Yet I elevated him. Do you think he'd jump off a side of a plane if it wasn't for my powers?
That's so true. Your powers.
Well,
the confidence you give them all.
That's really what Scientology does for you.
Do you reckon you'd have the power to... Do you reckon John Travolta would have the confidence to go and cruise gyms at 1 a.m. in the morning in LA if it
That's
wasn't for
what
Scientology?
I'm here for, okay? That's what I do for them, huh?
Do you reckon Elizabeth Moss would be in The Invisible Man if it wasn't for Scientology?
Do you think Elizabeth Moss wouldn't get the irony of being in The Handmaid's Tale without us? No. No.
Those are the only three I know.
That's all right. So Scrappy-Doo is... What happens to Scrappy-Doo? I assume they euthanize him.
Yeah, I assume. Do you reckon? I feel like if a dog bites somebody, people get annoyed and are like, you need to do something about that dog. So I
Yeah.
think if a dog almost takes over the world, you'd surely have
You'd
to put
stomp
him.
him to death. I think
Yeah.
that is the best way to do it.
I mean, Scrappy-Doo's a freaking mess, but also maybe a gay icon?
You can say that. I can't, but you know what? Yes.
I'm so-
I think I did hear Scrappy-Doo for Mardi Gras. Many of them are going as the big Scrappy-Doo and the little Scrappy-Doo.
There's something...
They've been thinking about renaming bears to Scrappies.
No, we're now calling Twinks Scrappies. That's what we're doing.
You got your Scrappies and your Scrappy-Doos.
Yeah, you do.
Now if you've been Scrappy-Doos, then
Yeah.
you're a big fucking guy. But if you're just Scrappy, you're a twink.
Yeah, Twinks are Scrappies, Daddies are Scoobies. That's what's coming.
If you're an otter, you're more of a Shaggy.
Oh yeah, massive otter vibes. If you're a top, you're a Fred. It's crazy to me that they've never actually done Scooby-Doo on Drag Race as a runway.
You mean like all the mystery gang?
Yeah.
That's very true, actually.
I think that would be a great...
I feel like it was in the
runway.
news because James Gunn wanted to do Velma and Daphne were like a couple, a thing. And I guess it just never came up.
No.
That's a pretty iconic character. It's crazy no one's... I feel like people should dress up for that this Halloween.
I think so.
Does this come out for Halloween?
No, this will be after Halloween.
Oh,
The
damn.
listeners should know I'm contemplating doing Velma for the Halloween
It would
party.
genuinely.
I don't know if the costume will come together in time. I'm sort of on a time crunch.
I mean, what do you need? You need the orange, you need the glasses. Genuinely, a bob would be like.
I would
genuinely-
love to get a
A
bob.
bob would be so fucking.
I would love to
funny.
get a
It'd
bob.
be so fucking funny.
I know. I would also. I just think it would be fun to constantly be looking for my glasses on the floor.
It just.
I don't wanna stand
It
the
wouldn't
entire
stop
night.
landing. Just any single time any conversation happened, just. Jinkies.
Or
What am I
just like
glasses?
run into people. I want to be at this party and I want to be a freaking nuisance.
Any party you attend, if I'm not crawling, I'm not having a good time.
I know. I'm a bad person to have around because my gag is
We're
always
a
like,
tripping hazard. That's your bit.
I want people to be constantly just falling over, hurting themselves. It's not my fault I couldn't see. All the characters grow.
Yeah,
Look,
I guess.
All the characters grow in a sense. It's summarized at the end, and you go, I guess Daphne beat that one Mexican wrestler.
Yeah.
And I guess
Velma found got a guy.
Like, yeah.
Fred kind of goes, we all kind of did it, but it was mainly me.
Yeah.
He kind of grows.
I do love we find the other Rowan Atkinson. He's got a giant beard.
That's what I'm saying. He got moodied.
Yeah. He got moodied, but I do love in the next scene, he hasn't got it.
Yeah.
And it's very clearly whenever they shot them entering the island is probably the same day they shot them leaving the island. Because they were like, we've got the jetty and it's all set up.
Yeah.
So we're doing it
So-
all right now.
Rowan's pretty expensive, believe it or not. So far,
Yeah.
we've only got Buffy and the girl from Freaks and Geeks. So, you know, yeah, Mr. Bean's costing us a pretty penny. Carl, who would watch this?
Oh! Okay, so I think children,
Yeah.
8 to 15.
Yep.
And then from that point on, pretty much if you've watched it at that time in your life, this movie's always going to
Yeah.
be for you, and it'll never go away. It'll never go away.
I can't find the email. Someone did recommend us do this, and we were just like, that is a banger of a film. I love it so much.
We discussed that we couldn't touch it.
Yeah.
That it was simply an untouchable movie.
Yeah.
But I was pretty surprised at how poor the ratings were for it.
I was surprised too. Maybe there are other people that want us to rag on it, but I just think it's a fun watch.
It's too good.
Yeah.
It's simply too good. And look, it's got, it's bad on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb, but Letterboxd is pretty fair.
Yeah.
That 3.2 rating is pretty fair. So
Yeah.
I would assume that's over
But I
inundated
think
with people like
structure.
us.
I guess it's just people that grew up with Scooby-Doo the cartoon and saw it as like a shitty remake live action one in the 2000s.
It's a lazy movie.
Yeah.
But because it's got good casting, some good comedy, and the set and costuming all came up to put in their fucking effort. And then on top of that, the movie's an intensive 2000s vibe.
Yeah.
It's just a perfect storm.
And 79 minutes.
Yeah.
This is, I think, genuinely one of the shortest films we've done on the podcast. And it's so much better
At
than
79 minutes, it feels like it's 45 minutes.
Yeah, it feels so quick. It's great, but then it also feels longer because my god, it's like
that's such a romp.
They I feel like world building as a kid, maybe. I don't know about now, but I remember it feeling a lot bigger than it does.
Oscar, who would watch Scooby-Doo?
I guess. I mean, you've already said people our age.
I'll take it away then, and I'll say if I'm sorry I've taken people. Maybe cats and mice if left on at night.
Oh, true. What? They'd hate this. Imagine Tom and Jerry sitting down and watch this. No fucking way.
100% I could.
They would never.
Should we do Tom and Jerry? You know that Chloe Grace Moretz one?
Oh yeah, that seems a bit tragic and sad.
Isn't that? I forget that. I forgot that existed until right this moment.
I've never. Did you see it?
No.
I don't know. I'm skeptical people disliking that because I'm like, why'd you watch it? You know,
know.
That's the L on you. There are some films you just know aren't going to be good.
So I'm going to take it away. I genuinely think this is for anyone that's an animal lover, and I think it's for anybody that just enjoys a good mystery.
Yeah.
And I don't mean a mystery film, I mean a mystery novel, because that's how beautifully this film unfolds.
That's great. Here's the thing. I think if you really, who would watch this? I think if you're a James Gunn enthusiast and you want to see where it could have been. And really, he dropped the ball in a lot of areas for this film, but what could have been is such a beautiful tale. A tragic tale that really encapsulates the greed of humanity.
People forget what this movie could have been in its dark formatting.
The brutality of the harsh environment.
It would have been the apocalypse now of our generation.
I think so too. Could you imagine Marlon Brando, but Scooby-Doo? I mean, chills. I get chills thinking of that performance.
Everything's just stuck up on the back. Look, I'm prickly.
Oh god, you're like a cactus.
I'm like a porcupine.
Oh, much better. Carl, that was Scooby-Doo.
Oh, we're done?
We're done? I think so. I think I nailed it.
100%.
Peel that king for James Gunn's darker side. His twisted mind.
Yeah, from the twisted mind.
It is. It does sound lame saying, should we make Scooby-Doo twisted and dark?
There was an ad for something recently and it was like from the twisted mind of someone. And it was like...
I feel like it's the Bullet Train guy, maybe.
No.
Or was it Ryan Reynolds?
No, it was from... It's from whoever's doing Argyle. The guy that did Kick-Ass. Matthew Vaughn.
Is it the Twisted Metal one?
No. It was like...
Twisted Metal had the... From a Twisted Mind.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know who made...
I don't know, yeah.
But it's the guy that made Kick-Ass, Kingsman, X-Men, and it's like from the twisted mind of him, and I'm like, is he twisted?
Oh, that's twisted.
What's he made? That's twisted.
Give me Todd Solondz. That's a twisted mind.
Yeah, that's a twisted mind.
That's an upsetting watch.
Yeah.
Michael Haneke. That's a twisted mind.
Yeah.
Do you want to be sad for the week?
Yeah.
Check out this one. That's
Johnny Knoxville. That's a twisted mind.
Oh, what do you mean?
But the things they get up to, twisted.
It's man, I would love to watch Jackass right now.
Right now?
Yeah.
Fine.
I feel like I never watched as a kid, and now at my mid-20s, I'm like, if only I was them. Genuinely, my career goal at the moment is now, should I just shoot myself out of a cannon? That'd be quite good.
Thank God you said cannon.
Opposed to what?
Just stop talking.
Yeah.
If I just shot myself. So, oh my God, the podcast isn't that bad, but yeah, I get it.
No, but I'm going to end it all, but it's going to be for a cannon. I want a bit of pizzazz.
Email us at askwwwtpodcast@gmail.com. Let us know if you want Oscar to either shoot himself or shoot himself out of a cannon. And let us know what you'd like us to watch next week.
Yes, please do. Thanks for listening.
Oh, yeah, bye.
Do you want to say anything?
Oh, do I want to say anything? No, goodbye.